Welcome back to Business Bliss Workshop. We are here with your full recap. Business Bliss is all about raising your vibes and learning how to achieve your goals with more ease and success and speed. So let's dive into the workbook. We're going to go through everything, all the 5 keys to manifesting and goal achievement today. So if you've missed anything in the workshop, it's all good. We're going to cover most of it today. Reminder, you get a free vision casting call with the workshop so that we can do a strategy with your vision and your goal, and also guide you through a visualization of your goal achieved. The replays will come down April 1st, so you have time to catch all the replays and go through the homework and book that call so I can support you. A reminder, we have one rule in Business Bliss, and it is to stay in a state of possibility and positivity. And that means we are owning our journey. We are owning our mind. We are owning our energy, and we are owning our actions. It truly means we're owning our attitude. And our attitude is a compilation of our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. And so we are asking that the attitude that you bring is possibility and positivity. What you put into this workshop is what you will get out. So I want you to play full out like your life depends on it, because this could be the thing that changes the course of the rest of your life if you allow it to. I'm Heather Lee Chapman. For those of you that don't know me yet, I am a holistic self and business transformation coach. I get to help conscious entrepreneurs just like you step into your greatness, your full self-expression, and truly begin to create life and business by design. We have talked about throughout this workshop what the unconscious mind is and how 98% of our thoughts, feelings, and actions, AKA your attitude, is run by your unconscious mind. And the programming that you were given in your unconscious mind was given to you via the model of the world you grew up in. So you have a personality, an attitude, a belief system that is getting you the same results over and over again. And it's time for us to start to build new results and truly create it by design. So let's start with number 1. It is so important that we understand that the first step in goal achievement and manifesting is ideas. Let's talk about that. Ideas. And this is the one thing that most people just kind of skip over, and why ideas are so important. So we have a system of how everything works. You have thoughts. Remember, I said 98% of them are unconscious. And your thoughts cause your feelings. And your feelings cause your actions. And your actions cause your results. Then we look at those results and we have the same feelings, the same thoughts, and the same actions. And then we get more of the same. And so how do we start to get new results? We have to have new ideas. And so let's think about what are some of these amazing new ideas that we've talked about. People talked about turning their yearly income into their monthly income, traveling, taking a 4-week sabbatical in their business, paying their parents' mortgage, taking their family on a trip. So many new ideas came in that had you start thinking different thoughts, which have you feel different, take different actions, and get new results. So the 5 keys are ideas, thoughts, plan, action, and belief. So your new ideas have new thoughts. Now, most people win or lose in the mind first, and their thoughts take them out. So even if they have a new idea, like I'm going to write a book this year, their thoughts take them out because they entertain the negative thoughts, the fear, worry, doubt. How is it going to happen? I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. I'm not good enough. All our limiting beliefs and decisions come in. And for most people, their dreams and ideas will die inside of them in their thoughts. Some people will get into planning, and they plan until the cows come home. They've reworked the plan. They have different ways they could do it, and yet they don't get into action. And then again, our dreams and ideas die inside of us. Some of us get into action, which is your 4th stage, and so important, because only through the doing do we figure out what works and what doesn't work. And so when we own our thoughts, our feelings, our plan, and we can own our actions and take focused, prioritized actions that will get you the largest result in the least amount of time with the least amount of effort, then we can be focused and prioritized and create quantum leaps. Now, some of you might get into action, and yet you're missing the fifth key belief. So maybe you even have created a program, yet you've never launched it. I've talked to quite a few people this week that have so many things they've already created, and yet they haven't sold it yet. They don't have a plan on selling. They got into some action and they didn't see it all the way through because their thoughts and their beliefs took them out. And so one of my favorite quotes is, whatever the mind of the man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Now, note, many of you conceived new ideas this week. Amazing. Do you believe it's possible? Do you believe in the goals you have set? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe the desired outcome that you truly want is possible for you? Because if you don't, then we do things begrudgingly, or maybe we don't even take the actions to make what is required happen. So I believe in you guys. I want you to believe in you too. Everything you can imagine is real and can be part of your reality if you truly follow this framework. And guess what? Things are going to come your way. You're going to have challenges, growth opportunities, and no matter what comes your way, you keep following the system and you keep in belief, because those opportunities are coming to have you grow. The current version of you got you here, and that's amazing. And it's not going to get you there to the state of that goal achieved. A new version of you needs to be birthed with new thoughts, feelings, actions, attitude, environment, a new community. People are raising you up. A new version of you needs to be birthed to have that goal become a reality. And things are going to come your way to help you transform and change so that when you do get the goal, not only do you get to keep it, you get to go beyond it. And that requires you to have the capacity to manage what comes your way. And that's going to require you to become that new and best version of you. And through this workshop, we help you do that. So let's dive into the workbook. Now, for those of you who are just joining, I want to make sure that you have the workbook. And here in the Zoom room, so I'm going to drop it in the chat for you. All the replays are on the replay page. You can grab your workbook there, and you can also book your free vision casting call. Now, if you have decided and declared on a goal already, go ahead, let me know in the chat. What goal are you working on? What do you want to achieve? And what do you want to use this workshop for? In the workshop, we asked you to pick 3 goals. One thing you want the most right now, one personal goal, and one professional goal. We asked you to turn them into SMART goals and truly begin to make it measurable with a timeline. If it doesn't have a timeline, it's a mere hope or wish. When we have goals and we set a deadline for it, it gives us something to get moving, a purpose to get up, a reason to do the things and keep those promises to ourselves. And so I want you not to just have an idea. I want you to actually turn it into a goal, something that you can measure and with a deadline. So there's so much power behind this idea, setting a new idea, a desire, let it become an obsession. And you have to decide that you want it. Truly believe in yourself and decide that you want it. And I want to talk here for a moment about the power of a decision. So many people, they want something. They haven't truly decided they're all in. They're 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You're not going to get the thing until you decide it is yours. Unwavering decision and faith and belief. So we need to have that goal backed by a burning desire and belief and faith. And you need to decide and burn the boats and decide this is the only way it's going to happen for you. And there's no other way. This is it. I want to hear it from you guys. I'm all in. It is so important for you to decide. Your brain will start working for you, and the universe will start working for you. And you will begin to see evidence in your reality to show you how you can make this goal your reality. First, you have to decide. And you have to really, really want it. There needs to be a burning desire behind it, a why. And this why is what's going to have you keep going through all the things that are often going to come your way to have you grow. And that decision and that burning desire will have you move through those obstacles, be solution oriented and results focused, not problem focused, so that we can get over these learning opportunities to get to what we truly desire. Now, before you even come up with your 3 key SMART goals, we asked you to begin to start to think about your legacy and to begin to dream again. When we generate new ideas, we don't worry about the how. We are focused on what it is that we want. And that's all we need to know. What do you really, really want? So if I waved a magic wand for you and said you could be, do, or have whatever it is that you truly desire, what is it? What is that legacy you want to leave in the world? In my positive psychology class in university, we had to do an exercise where we wrote our own eulogy. So imagine being at your celebration of life. What's that legacy you want to leave? What do you want to be remembered for? What's the impact you want to leave? What's that ripple effect? You could be, do, or have whatever you want in this life. What is it? And truly begin to create a vision for yourself and your life that has you inspired and motivated and getting up and owning it every single day. This vision, this legacy, this is going to be your North Star. It is your compass. So when things come into your life, you're going to ask yourself, is this thought, this feeling, this habit, this action, this opportunity, is it going to help get me closer towards leaving that legacy or moving me farther away? If it's going to help me move closer towards it, it's a yes. And if farther away, then we know it's not for us. Whatever you put in your calendar, you're trading your life for. So I hope it's worth you and moving you towards your goals. Now, maybe you didn't decide on those 3 key goals that you have for the year yet. That's okay. I want you to use the exercise, the universal shopping list. This is one of my favorite exercises, and I encourage you to keep it out and regularly add to it. So, ideas, universal shopping list. I waved a magic wand and said you could be, do, or have whatever it is you truly desire. I want you to write it down. Nothing's too big or too small. If you want it, write it down. You can be, do, or have whatever you desire. What is it? And write it down. Maybe it's a new car. Maybe it's a new income. Maybe it's new clients. Maybe it's new relationships. Maybe it's becoming an author. Maybe it's a New York Times #1 bestselling author. Maybe you want to start a podcast. Maybe you want to pivot your business. Maybe you want to scale your business. Maybe you want to launch your business. Maybe you want to get out of trade your time for money model and build passive recurring revenue. I want you to write everything down. No matter what it is, put it down. If you think about it and you want it, I want you to add it to this list. And then I asked you to decide on one thing, the one thing you want the most right now. What's the one thing that's going to make the biggest difference for you in your life and in your business? That's going to get you winning and get the momentum going to make everything else happen. the one thing you want that's going to make everything else easy, unnecessary, obsolete, or complete. And that's going to get you the largest result in the least amount of time with the least amount of effort. What's that one thing you want the most right now? And I want you to decide it's yours. So you're going to write it down in a SMART goal, and it sounds something like this. I'm so happy and grateful now that by insert the date, I have, or I'm being, or I'm doing, and insert what it is that you want. Now, when we create goals, they must be in positive tense. So your unconscious mind does not understand double negatives. So if you say, I don't want to be in debt, it's literally hearing debt, and we will create opportunities to stay in it. And instead, I want you to say financial freedom. And I want you to have absolute clarity. What is financial freedom to you? What is that number, the amount of money you want to have saved, your net worth? What is that? And I want you to have absolute clarity. Say it in positive tense and in present tense. When we say we will have, it means it's going to stay in the future. So you're going to write it as if it's now. I am doing, I have, I'm being. And I want you to write down that one thing you want the most right now. And we're going to create a dream state. So I ask you, what needs to be done to make this happen? Start to make a list of all the things you need to do, you need to have, you need to be to achieve this. This starts to give you direction. And then from that list, we asked you to take one action that you'll do right now. So take a moment. What's that one thing you want the most right now? Make a list of what you need to make it happen. And then which one of those actions are you going to take first? The action that's going to really give you the largest result in the least amount of time with the least amount of effort. And I want to ask you, now that you have the goal, let's get into the state of the goal achieved. What will be different once you have this goal? And I want you to really think about it. What's going to be different in your life? What's going to be different for you, your business, your family, your clients? Now that you've achieved this, now you're having new thoughts and new feelings, ones that maybe you haven't even had before. Leveling up your frequency. And I want you to take that goal and I want you to put it on a goal card. And so that was session 1. You picked your top 3 desires for the year. These are your new ideas. And you've burned the boats and you've decided they are happening. You've turned them into measurable SMART goals. And you've begun to create a dream state by asking yourself, how will you know you've achieved it? So you have one personal goal for the year, one business goal for the year, and one thing you want the most right now. And you're going to put it on a goal card. And you're going to carry that goal card with you. In session 2, we create a future memory with thoughts and using your imagination so that every time you touch that goal card, you see the picture of your goal achieved on your mind and you begin to feel it and get into the state of the goal achieved so that we can be in the frequency to attract the right people, places, circumstances, and opportunities to achieve it. And also begin to get into inspired action to make it happen. Homework from day 1, which we continued throughout the entire workshop, was to pick the one thing you want the most, pick your top 3 desires for the year, stay in the state of possibility and only entertain the ideas of how it will work for you. And remember, you can always reach for better feeling thoughts. And reminder, nothing's good or bad, right or wrong, except for what you make it. And when information comes into your conscious mind, you can choose, is it positive or is it negative? What is the meaning you're going to give to it? And that gets impressed onto your unconscious mind. And so if there's thoughts coming in, and they're not making you feel good, then you can always reach for a better feeling thought. That thought might just be a state of possibility. Well, what if it happens? What could I entertain the magic of what if it happens and begin to think differently? And reminder, the moment those negative thoughts come in, you're going to cancel it and come back to an attitude of gratitude and possibility. Observe what you are currently expecting. So your mind thinks in pictures and it comes to pass. Your environment is but our looking glass. And so if we look at your current results, it'll tell you where your thoughts, feelings, and actions have been previously. And there's no make wrong. Everything just is what it is. And so if we want to have new results on the outside, we need to begin to expect those new results and have new thoughts, feelings, and actions that are in alignment with expectancy of that goal achieved. And so as you go through the entire workshop, we asked you for at least 3 days to get into that state of possibility, to change your frequency and your neurology so that you can begin to create new results. So now you have your top 3 desires. You are beginning to own your mind and your thoughts. And we gave you a great exercise in session 2 to kick us off, which is called intentional gratitude, to help you own your thoughts so that you can get out of any negative situation. And so how do you use intentional gratitude? I want you to look at some areas of your life or relationships or business that are not working for you. How can you be grateful for this experience and change the meaning and the energy around it so that we can start to change the results? What is it that you would like to see different in your business? So maybe what's not working is the sales, and you would like to have increased sales. So maybe you can be grateful for the opportunity to see what didn't work so you can now find what can. And that could be the simplest gratitude switch right there. So you use intentional gratitude by looking at anything that's not working, changing your energy around it, and finding something to be grateful for about the experience so that you can get out of a fight or flight state and have your brain start to work for you. And so that when we have different thoughts, we create thought impulses. And those thought impulses go into the ether and work with the law of attraction to bring back more of what you're asking for or thinking about. So we want to think about that state of possibility, and we want to think about what we could be grateful for so we can attract back more to be grateful for, instead of looking at what's not working and getting stuck on that, because then we get more of the same. So let's talk about the biology of belief for a second. It took Dr. Bruce Lipton 20 years to prove the study of epigenetics as a science, that every single thought has a physiological response in your body, that you can make yourself sick or healthy with your thoughts. So there's the placebo and the nocebo effect. The placebo effect means when we believe that something good is going to happen and we help create it. A nocebo effect is when we believe that negative things are going to happen and we help create that. So the example I like to use is a study where they gave clients chemo pills. So it was a blind study, and they had 2 groups, people who were going to be given the chemo pill and people who were going to be given the sugar pill. Now, they were all told they were given the chemo pill. And so some who were given the sugar pill, even though it has no impact, because they thought they were given the chemo drug, they began to lose their hair because they believed that's what was supposed to happen. So what are you expecting? Are you working with the nocebo effect or the placebo effect? We really want to expect the best because we begin to consciously co-create it internally within our body, within our mind, and with the universal laws. And for some people, they might not fully understand universal laws. So let's pause and just talk about it. Right now, we're on the internet, which uses the Ethernet. And simultaneously, the information is coming from my computer, gets changed into a different frequency, gets sent to you, changed back into video and audio, received by you, and is all happening simultaneously. And this is the work of frequencies. And so the energy is there, even though we cannot see it. And we know that they can measure the energy around your body and your auric body, and that we have thought impulses. And when we hold a thought for 17 to 70 seconds, it begins to go out into the ether, to the quantum field, to the quantum net, where energy is neither created nor destroyed, only transferred. So what are you creating? And then working with the law of attraction to attract back more of the same, or something better. So I want you to think in possibility, and I want you to begin to use your imagination for you. And I want you to begin to embody this new version of you with your goal achieved, to become it. So what new thoughts could you think? What thoughts, feelings, and actions would you take if your goal was achieved? And how can you start to show up differently today and begin to work with that placebo effect in the best and highest way? It's going to require you to use the power of your imagination, God's gift to you. And we can use it in fear, worry, and doubt, or we can use it in positivity and possibility. And so let's use our imagination for us and focus on the positive. And so let's take that number one thing you want the most right now, and let's create a future memory to go along with that goal card. I want to ask you, what is 3 things that you can have that the goal will allow for you? So now we're going to begin to embody it, to become it. You have the goal, you decided on it. And now what is that going to allow for you? Maybe it's to pay your parents' mortgage. Maybe it's to take your family on a trip. Maybe it's for you to go on a trip. Maybe it's to take a sabbatical. Maybe it's to hire a new team. I don't know what it is for you. I want you to think about it. So what do you want? And what is having that going to allow for you? And now we start to think different thoughts and use our imagination for us in our best and highest way. So what is the goal? What is having it going to allow for you? And now I want you to answer this next question. How will you know you've achieved it? So we're creating a future memory. I want you to cast yourself out to 15 minutes past the goal achieved. And I want you to see yourself. What does this now allow for you? And how do you know you've achieved it? Is the amount of money in your account? Is it the amount of clients in your portal? Is it the emails that have come in to say you have new students? How will you know, like actually know, like what would you see, feel, hear, sense, touch when you have achieved the goal? What is it? So you're going to decide on the goal. Take yourself 15 minutes past the state of the goal achieved. And I want you to create the future memory of you finding out you've achieved it. So how would you know? And now let's get into the feeling of it. How does it feel now that you have the goal achieved? And how do you feel about yourself? The feeling is the secret. So you have the goal, and then you have the state of the goal, and that's the feeling, that's the embodying it to become it. So once you know what you want, you must embody it to become it and use your imagination, your thoughts, your feelings for you. And so really start to get into the state of the goal achieved. How does it feel? And how do you feel different about yourself? Perhaps you're more proud, more confident, more willing to get out there and take risks. And what's different? What's different about you? What's different in your world now? And how does all of this feel? And what does having this goal now allow for you? This is starting to build that vision and use our thoughts for us instead of being in fear, worry, and doubt. So those were our first two sessions, ideas and thoughts. So you claimed your new idea, then you owned your thoughts and created a future memory, and you have your goal card. And then you have to get into plan and action, the next two steps. So important, because most people won't even get here because their thoughts took them out. So now you're in a state of possibility. You're embodying it to becoming it. You know what you want. You've already burned the boats and you're all in. You're obsessed and you have a burning desire. Let's get into planning. Now, most people, they get stuck in planning because they stay up in big idea and then they can't get into action. And so again, reminder, we always start with the end in mind, the goal, and then we're going to have some questions for you to help you build that plan and get into action. So what is that one thing you want the most right now? Perfect. If you were to know, what are your next 3 best steps to make it happen? These are big concepts. Maybe it's sales, marketing, and serving your clients and improving your processes. Those would be big concepts. Now we're going to take that into the action. So what are 3 things you could do today? And you're going to put the containers in your calendar. And so if it's marketing, instead of just having a container in your calendar that says marketing, I want you to think, what are 3 actions you could do today in your marketing? Send an email, put up a post, and maybe you do a live. And what are the things that you can do that are going to put the containers in your calendar to actually give you the actions that you could get started right now, so we can get out a plan and get into action. So we go big concept first, reverse engineer it into the actions that you could get started with today, right now. So important. Now, before you go and take the action, we want you to pause. We want you to take inspired action. We want you to create that future memory. So what is the desired outcome from the action? Take yourself to 15 minutes past the state of the goal achieved. Set your intention. Decide on the desired outcome. And then I want you to pause and get into the feeling of that goal achieved and ask yourself, what is the action that I can take that's going to get me the largest result in the least amount of time? Is this it? Follow your intuition and begin to act as if the goal was already achieved before you go and do the thing. This is so important. This is the embodying it to become it. And this is what's going to help you take the action in the state of the goal achieved instead of begrudgingly. So you put a plan into place. What are the next 3 if you were to know, what are the next 3 best steps for you right now? And then you're reverse engineering that into actual actions in the containers in your calendar that you could get started with right now and have it be a right now instead of a someday. Then before you go to take those actions, you're going to create your future memory and get into the state of the goal achieved. This is so important. Now, the 5th key, belief. When you go and do all these things, I need you to be in a state of possibility and belief. You need to believe in yourself, believe in that desired outcome, believe in the state of the goal achieved, believe that anything is possible for you, and start to truly take the actions backed by faith with the burning desire. So much magic happens when you follow this framework. So new ideas, own your thoughts with your future memory. So the new idea we decided on, then we created our future memory. Then we put a plan into place. Here's the next 3 best things that I can start to do to make that happen. Then you got into action and reverse engineered it into the next things that you could do right now that are going to breed the largest result in the least amount of time with the least amount of effort. You're going to do it in inspired action. You're going to set your energy and intention, decide on that desired outcome before you do the thing, create that future memory, and then you're going to believe through that entire process. Believe, believe, believe. And these are your 5 keys to manifesting and goal achievement. Now, If you had so much fun with us in Business Bliss and you're ready to keep the momentum going, we invite you to come and join us inside the Own It Collective. This is our 6-month incubator for conscious entrepreneurs where we meet weekly to help you master yourself and your business. We go through the foundations and the fundamentals of self-mastery and business mastery. Do you know that the really high successful people, they don't have huge complicated systems. They do the foundations really, really well. And we want to look at yourself and your business and look for the areas of improvement that will help you get what you want and put those actions into place so we can start to get new results now. And this is so important because we have to work on you and your business. You are your glass ceiling in your business, and you are blocking yourself from getting what you truly want in your business because of limiting beliefs and limiting decisions. So we're going to teach you all about how you operate your unconscious mind, how to overcome your own unconscious glass ceilings, how to rewire your brain for success, how to build high performance habits and truly own it holistically. And then we're going to look at sales and serving, marketing and branding, operations and management, development and research, so that we can work on the foundations and the fundamentals and customize them for you and your business so you can build that dream business around your dream life. So magical. And guys, it's so important that you understand that these two things have to go together and that you need to look at your business as a whole and you need to look at you as a whole. And that's exactly what we do inside the Own It Collective. Now, how does it work? We meet every week, once a week for about 60 to 90 minutes. 2 of these sessions are lessons where I'm teaching or it's a guest expert. And then we have 2 co-working sessions where we're actually implementing what we learned, because remember, action is one of the main keys to manifesting and goal achievement. And that has co-working where we come and we work on the things together. You get support. We customize the lessons so that you can be implementing them from where you are. We meet you where you are to help you go where you want to go. And there's hot seat opportunities on there to get support from me to customize those lessons. Those are our 4 sessions every month. Now, you also get access to the OI library with the resources where we'll guide you to get started with exactly what you need right now. And there's also in the VIP Facebook group with tons of resources, our accountability WhatsApp chat, and so much more. Now, for everyone who signs up for the Own It Collective, you're also going to get Success Principle Society that will get added into your OI library, where you will self-study our 6 core self-mastery lessons and get your vision out and know exactly what you want and get started on your Quantum Leap blueprint so you can map out the year and own next quarter. Now, we're so close to Q2, and you know that what you do in this quarter, the results start to show up in next quarter. So we're going to help you own this year, because for the next 6 months, that means we're going to own the next 2 quarters, and the results are going to really, truly show up throughout the following quarter. So that means that you will be set up for success for this year by saying yes to you, investing the time, the money, and the energy, and truly betting on you and using a system that has been proven the work. We've helped so many incredible conscious entrepreneurs, and now we're ready to help you if you are ready to join us. We would love to work with you. We do have fast action bonuses that go away today, and we also have sign-up bonuses that are there for you for the month. So let's take a peek at what those are, and let's get into fast action today instead of someday. It's so important that you take fast action now. Do what you know you can do for yourself now, and that's joining us. And so that the next quarter can be completely unrecognizable from the last quarter. And these are my gifts to you guys. So many great bonuses for you. So when you're jumping in and you're paying in full, you're getting the 6 months access to Success Principle Society and an NLP goal alignment session. So that means when you sign up this month and you pay in full, you're going to get this incredible NLP goal alignment session from me. This could take 2 to 3 sessions, and this is to help us identify your goal, the state of the goal, and what has you blocked, and start to blow out what has you stuck and stopped. And this is my gift to you guys. That's a value of, well, that is an incredible value of almost $2,000 with Success Principles Society and that NLP goal alignment session for you guys. So incredible. That is a no-brainer. You want to jump in and get that. And when you're joining today and paying in full, you're going to get the fast action bonuses. They go away tonight. So you want to grab that now. That is a monthly power hour one-on-one session with me so that we can customize and make sure that everything is working for you in your best and highest way. So I invite you to come inside and join us and jump in on the pay in full. Guys, these are my gifts to you. This gives you one-on-one coaching, NLP goal alignment session, Success Principles Society, and everything inside the Own It Collective. And this, if you're signing up today and you're getting the fast action bonuses as well, that's a value of almost $4,300, guys. That's more than the value of the program. That is my gift to you. And these change every month. So if you want these bonuses, you want to grab them now. Now, of course, we have a payment plan option, incredible opportunity to pay only $555 per month for 6 months. You get everything inside the Own It Collective. You're going to get Success Principles Society as the sign-up bonus. And this month's sign-up bonus for our payment plan is a 90-minute kickoff session, a value of over $600. That's a value between that and Success Principles Society for signing up this month on the payment plan, over almost $1,300, which is incredible, guys. This is an opportunity for you and I to have a one-on-one kickoff call for 90 minutes to ensure that you're set up for success, to meet you where you are and start to map out what you need to do to get to where you want to go. Now, if you're signing up today on the payment plan and you're joining us, you're going to get the sign-up bonuses for the month and the fast action bonuses. And so the payment plan fast action bonus that goes away tomorrow is the 30-minute monthly one-on-one mentorship call with me. That's a value of almost $1,200, a total of value for all the bonuses when you're joining today of almost $2,500. And this is going to give us monthly coaching one-on-one to be able to help you, support you, and customize you on all your self and business mastery needs. This is your opportunity now to bet on you, invest in you, and make sure you are setting yourself up for success. I'm so happy and thankful and grateful for those who've already jumped in and said yes. If you have questions, book a free consultation call. I'm here to answer any of your questions on that call. If we decide it's not for you, that's okay. We'll leave you with resources and guide you in the best and highest way. And this is our last session of Business Bliss. So I want to say thank you guys so much for being a part of the March 2025 Business Bliss Workshop. This is my favorite thing to do. I love teaching Business Bliss. It always raises my vibes. I always manifest during it. And I truly believe that right now we all need an energy lift. So, reminder, no matter what happens, we're going to stay in a state of possibility and positivity, and you're very welcome. And we're going to keep owning our mind. So Business Bliss may be over. Now, if you want to keep the momentum going, you can come and join us in any way. And maybe you're like, I don't know if the Own It Collective is for me. We have other ways that we can work with you, and we can discover that on that free consultation call. And even though this workshop ends, I want you to keep going through everything you've learned. Rinse and repeat. This is a repeatable framework you can use over and over again, and use all the tools that you've learned, staying in that state of possibility and positivity and owning your mind so you can truly create life and business by design. So much magic can happen when you decide to own it. Own your mind. So owning those thoughts, owning those feelings, owning those actions, AKA owning your attitude. And the attitude you bring to life is what you're expecting, and you get what you expect. So show up with an expectancy of magic and miracles. And remember, what is the best that can happen? And thank you so much for your time and your energy. I know it's the one thing you don't get back, and you chose to spend it with us at Business Bliss. And it has been so much fun. So thank you, each and every one of you. Remember, stay happy, healthy, wealthy, and we'll see you guys on the inside or at our next event. Thank you.